It's ironic how every time I am disappointed by the Hindi content of the week, some industry from the south of India raises its hands and says, "Oh, I am here, do not worry about a thing." And this time it is the Tamil film industry. Hi guys, this is Farhad and welcome back to my channel Popcorn Reviews. If you are new to this channel, then please smash that subscribe button now. And as a video ritual, remember to like and comment on the video. Liking and commenting helps fuel the YouTube algorithm. And on Friday evening, I was absolutely distraught because I had covered all the Hindi releases and all of them was so mediocre that it kind of was frustrating as a viewer. All reviews are put up on my site of the latest content that is there, which is why then I had to actually look up as to what other films are on offer. And there were two films that I came across. One was the Malayalam film Officer on Duty, which I'll get to very soon. The other was the Tamil film Dragon that I happened to watch, and that is the film that we are going to be discussing today. One of the things that actually got me interested was Pradeep Ranganathan's next outing after Love Today. Love Today was a film that I had absolutely loved, and Dragon, I had some hopes tagged to it. Now, so coming to the story and screenplay, I was absolutely blown away by Dragon because the screenplay itself was so well tied up. Everything added up at the end, and I think that was a sign of a very self-aware kind of writing which was presented to the viewers. Now, there are multiple instances of foundation, you can say, in the film, be it the Jenga game that was referenced in the film, or there was fleeting news about a building collapsing, the foundation of the building not being strong enough. Now this foundation was equated to the protagonist of the film that is here, which is played by Pradeep Ranganathan. Now pretty early on in the film, like say about an hour into the film, you get to see multiple facets of his personality. Now why do I say multiple facets? Because this is a coming of age drama, but the trajectory of the coming of age drama is a little different here. There are almost sub character arcs that are there which collectively form a major arc of sorts. So within the first hour, you see him as a young kid, almost like that of that protagonist in Kota Factory. You slowly, as you see him transforming from the good guy to the bad guy after a heartbreak, you actually see him as a combination of R. Madhavan and Shiva Karthikeya from the respective films Rehna Hai Tere Dil Mein and Dawn, the 2022 film, Tamil film Dawn, and Rehna Hai Tere Dil Mein 2001. Slowly on, you also see him, in his badass avatar. He's lying to his parents. He doesn't have a job. He has arrears in his engineering degree. He just doesn't wish to attend classes. Just wishes to make reels and while away his time. And that phase that is there, which is also accentuated with his troubled love life. You see him almost like an Arjun Reddy or a Kabir Singh. And I think that pretty much sums up the initial character arc of the character of Dragon, which is played by Pradeep Ranganathan. Now one thing that is fascinating here is that a common thread that connects these minor character arcs is the willingness of the protagonist to take shortcuts. So the shortcut theme that is there is linked to each of the character arcs. The character arcs are such that though he's progressing in life, it's not something about redemption so much. The idea here was, not to bring the character to immediately have a realization of sorts, but to delay the inevitable and delay as much as there, which actually contributes to the humor of the film. Now, when the case is about morality and everything, the proceedings generally get a little melodramatic and a little dull, little lecturing, but none of that happens here because it is the humor and the characters that absolutely drive the narrative. The humor here is situational, and that consistently keeps the tone of the drama light and frothy. In fact, you are invested in the journey because you are aware of the initial seed of heartbreak that the protagonist undergoes. The initial, right at the start, you see him. So while you do not endorse his behavior, you still kind of are invested in his journey as to where fate will take him or where he will eventually land up. So when he opts even for that fake certification to get a degree and later a job, you see his life coming back on track slowly but surely. The love of his life, that previous one that was broken, second again was broken, and almost like a parallel scene of realization. The third time he's still lucky and he finds a good girl that is there, but at what cost? And that is where the writing actually kicks in, at the halfway mark, when the walls start to close in for the protagonist, the fun quotient is also raised, and that brings about a wonderfully written second hour, which is filled with twists and turns. I mean, the idea of raising the stakes in the drama was so well achieved in the second hour, right? From the reintroduction of a character from his past that is there, or one character who's threatening to alter his future, or a character who has modeled himself on the protagonist. I think there were many instances where the writing here actually shines. Another big positive point for me was that the writing did not opt for the standard tropes in the screenplay. No, the screenplay wasn't a very cliched one or a convenient one, which actually means that they did not aim for the low hanging fruit, which would have eventually caused a decently happy ending. It was a late subplot at the end that tied itself up so well to the main plot, leading to a sense of realization that ended the drama on a very grounded note. The amount of emotions that were in store at the end were beautiful. It landed wonderfully well, and I was so impressed, so moved also by the proceedings, that it brought a smile on my face, but was also filled with a lot of emotions at the end. If there was this one thing that I could have changed, I would have left out the epilogue in the film, which generally was catering to a nostalgia that was there. I think the nostalgia kind of was deviating away from the major theme of the drama, and I would have perhaps allowed the audiences to just walk out with a bittersweet feeling, with a smile on your face, of course, but it's a bittersweet feeling at the end. So I would have loved the audience to feel that and left the epilogue for something else. But nevertheless, the screenplay here is so well written. Oh my god, I think it's already one of my favorite Tamil films of 2025. It's an amazingly penned screenplay which is there. Coming to the technical aspects, the dialogues, the music, and the direction, I think the dialogues are very well penned, in the sense that they add to the youthfulness of the drama. The drama here felt light and frothy because the characters were speaking the lingo of our generation, the current generation or the next generation, which are there in store. The music here also is pretty good, and it goes perfectly well with the beats of the drama. The BGM enhances the drama at so many intervals. The cinematography also creates a vibrant aura or a vibrant atmosphere that contributes to the youthfulness of the drama, and that was a big win as well. Editing also is crisp, and one thing to note here is that the scenes aren't too long, which means that the melodrama is absolutely in check. The drama doesn't deviate in the melodramatic space at all. The scenes are shortened, which and to the point, while incorporating humor and the required amount of emotions. And I think the editing also was pretty solid here. Director Ashwath Marimuttu, I think he does a wonderful job. I think he was the director of Oh My Kadavallu and Kadavulle, and I think here again he shines wonderfully with its world building, with its characterization, and maintaining a grip on the narrative. He doesn't deviate into the melodramatic space. He also maintains a wonderful grip in the narrative, in the sense that the tone of the drama is always light and frothy, with the right amount of humor and emotions that absolutely hold you together. and invested through and through in the journey. And the morality message at the end is absolutely spot on. It just hits so well with its emotions that it just doesn't feel like a lecture. I mean, I was so impressed with the direction here. Coming to the performances, I feel the performances are absolutely wonderful. Some of the other characters, like Rohit or Sidhu or Harshad Khan, I think all of them were smashing. Miskin as the principal also was wonderful to witness. Gautam Vasudev Menon as the corporate head, or I think he was a vice president, or I think he did a pretty solid job as well. Anupama Parmeswaran was such a heartfelt performance here. She wasn't given too many lines, by the way, but her eyes and body language absolutely spoke 1,000 words. Kayudu Lohar, also the other love interest that was there in the film, does a splendid job. She's charming, pretty, and also has a radiating screen presence. She does a wonderful job. Pradeep Ranganathan, does he look like a young Dhanush? Let me know in the comments. I think for once, almost the thought entered my mind saying that, oh, he looks like a young Dhanush here. And incidentally, his film also comes on the same weekend as Dhanush's directorial film comes. So has the bait passed? I do not know. Time will tell. But he's actually something. The amount of emotions and the kind of humor that he expresses on screen is absolutely brilliant. I mean, I am so impressed with his acting here, the kind of range that he brings to the table. This was not an easy character, given the multiple character arcs that the character has to go through, while also ensuring that the empathy of the audience is retained. The moment empathy of the audience would not have been retained, this character would have been something totally different. But he still remained affable despite his shortcomings, despite his shortcuts that he endorses. I think it was a wonderfully rounded performance, and I think if his career choices are right, I think he may be the next big thing in the Tamil film industry. You can have your eyes on that, and I think he does a splendid job. Overall, I feel that Dragon is a brilliant coming of age drama. Is a charming little hilarious film. You can see it in either way with its morality in check, and I think that comes with my highest recommendation. Dragon, running in theatre near you. If you watch the film, let me know in the comments of what did you make of it. Also remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends and family, ask them to subscribe also. You can read my full review of Dragon on my site, Popcorn Reviews with a double S. The link of which is in the description box below. You can read it in your language. Also follow me on different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Letterboxd. I do not end up making a video on everything that I watch, but I do write a lot. All information is present on my site and on my social media handles. I'll see you again soon with another video. On my plate next is Officer on Duty, the Malayalam film, and I'm sure all of you all are going to tune in for that. So stay tuned for that. Till then, thank you so much for your love and support, and cheers to next time. Cheers.